boyfriend of 5 years refused to propose to me and humiliated me in front of his family. If the milk is free, why would I pay for the cow? Now go graze. We'd been together since I was 22. When my lease ended at 24, he suggested we find a place together. We searched for weeks, fell in love with a pale green ranch with hardwood floors and windows that caught the afternoon sun. I was the one who qualified for the mortgage. My name went on the deed, the title, everything. I'll catch up later, he said. Once I pay off my student loans, we'll refinance and add my name. He said it with such confidence that I believed him. That later never came. He moved in with just clothes, books, and a beat-up recliner that never made it past the garage. I bought the couch, the dining table, the mattress, every dish, every towel, every light bulb. When the roof needed repairs, I paid. When the washing machine broke, I called the technician and covered the bill. When we needed a new water heater, he said, "Let me know what I owe you," but never followed up. For 5 years, I carried everything. He'd tell his friends, we bought a house together with pride, and I never corrected him because part of me wanted it to be true. But I started keeping track, not obsessively, just with growing awareness. Every bill in my name, every holiday planned by me, every repair, every grocery run, every mortgage payment. He'd cover the internet subscription, sometimes, when his card didn't get declined. I brought up marriage 4 times over those years. Always gently, always giving him space to be honest. Every time he deflected. Why would I mess with perfection? Or, marriage doesn't really change anything anyway. It's just a piece of paper. Funny how people who call it just a piece of paper are always the ones who benefit from not signing it. The breaking point came at his family's dinner last month. We were celebrating his sister's engagement. The whole family gathered around that too bright chandelier. Someone made a joke about when we'd finally tie the knot. He grinned so wide I could see the filling on his molar. If the milk is free, why would I pay for the cow? Then he looked at me with mock pity. Now go graze. The table erupted. His father barked with laughter. His aunt actually clapped. His sister covered her mouth but kept laughing. Not one person said a word in my defense. I didn't cry. I smiled that brittle, stretched lip kind of smile and excused myself to the bathroom. When I looked in the mirror, I finally saw it clearly. He'd never marry me. He didn't want to. He never had. And worse, he didn't respect me. Maybe he never had. I drove home in silence, while he stayed late drinking with his family. I went to the closet and pulled out a box I'd been building for months. Not full of memories, full of documents, mortgage statements, the deed, repair receipts, utility bills, all in my name, only my name. The next morning, I called movers, changed the locks, started packing. When he came home from work that evening, I was gone. His belongings were neatly organized in the guest room with an itemized list. Everything he legitimately owned was there, labeled and accounted for. On the kitchen counter, I left a folder with photocopies of the deed, mortgage statements, and a line-by-line list of what I'd taken, only what was legally mine. He didn't call right away. When he finally did, the text went from confused to angry to bargaining. "This doesn't feel like you. You're overreacting. We should talk." But I was done talking. I'd been communicating for 5 years in words he never bothered to hear. Then came the legal threats. His family hired a lawyer claiming shared occupancy rights and implied co-ownership via extended domestic partnership. They tried to establish grounds for a case, hoping I'd be intimidated enough to settle. I sent my lawyer every document I'd saved, every mortgage payment in my name, every utility bill, screenshots of texts where I'd offered to add him to the deed and his evasive replies, "Let's talk later." Not a good time. No rush, right? The case collapsed within 2 weeks. No legal standing, no financial contribution history, no documented co-ownership, just entitlement dressed up in family letterhead. 3 months later, I sold the house. The market had shifted significantly. I walked away with substantial equity. All mine. Completely, unquestionably mine. I heard through mutual contacts that he moved back into his childhood bedroom. Same bedspread from high school. Same carpet. Trying to get back on his feet, they said. Meanwhile, I bought new furniture, booked a solo coastal trip, started projects I'd postponed for years. He still tells people I blindsided him, that I took everything.